Today we're going to go ahead and look at the Kershaw Huddle 1326. We'll start with the specs, we'll go through all the pros and cons, and then we'll finish up with my recommendations, so then you can hopefully feel good about your decision to either purchase this knife or not. Now actually the Huddle is kind of a mysterious knife, but I'll get into that after the specs, so don't go anywhere. Hey guys, I'm Jay, and before you is the Kershaw Huddle 1326. Now this is actually one of quite a few speed safe opening Kershaws that are actually in my collection. And now finding information about this knife actually is a little more difficult than I thought it would be. I mean, this knife does not even show up on Kershaw's website. Now I got to be honest with you, that is a little concerning to me. There is a small sharpening choil that appears here on the Huddle, and as you can see, they just used just standard liners for this knife that they chose to not mill out for whatever reason. Missed opportunity there to, lighten the load. Flip it over to the back side, and you can see it is all open construction with just those two barrel spacers. Now this is going to be quite a bit wider than a pencil, because it is kind of a thick. This knife's on the thicker side, but that's all right. I like that. So I'm guessing you guys want to see how much this weighs. And it's coming in at 4.4 ounces. Not bad for a 3.5-inch blade, which is going to be the equivalent of roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 AA batteries. The pocket clip now is of the deep carry variety. It's actually a black wash finish on the clip, which that's something you don't usually see every day. Now unfortunately the pocket clip is only one position, right-handers only, and of course that one position is tipped down. Of course it is, why not? I think they went a little bit overboard here with the jimping, but I'll let you decide that. Looks like we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 areas where there is jimping on the liner lock, on the spine, and down here towards the butt end of the knife. It's a bit much. Before I go any further though, I want to bring in some other knives for size comparison so you can see. That's going to be the Benchmade Griptilian. Then we got the Paramilitary 2, of course. And let's do, why not? The Zero Tolerance ZT 0350. I don't think we looked at the centering yet, did we? Shame on me. Look at that. That is perfection. I was very, very surprised to see this, especially once you hear how much it cost. There is an external stop pin, which is actually of decent size. See that? And when the blade is deployed, it looks like it's locking up at about 50%. So that's good. Now you might notice there is no lanyard hole whatsoever to speak of. However, it looks like you can actually tie a lanyard on to that last barrel spacer. Now you can actually own your very own Kershaw Huddle number 1326 for $20 whole. Yep, 20 bucks. How about them pros and cons? Well, first we'll start with the pocket clip, which I really like. That black wash finish, deep carry, and that's gonna, you know, hide all the imperfections and scratches. The ergos on the Huddle are actually pretty darn good. I mean, this really does fill my hand. Oh yeah, I like that. That feels really good. The jimping is really not too aggressive, but yeah, you know what? It works. It works. The speed safe on the Huddle is actually quite snappy. It's one of the faster deploying Kershaws that I have had the pleasure of fondling. Look at that. Very fast. Phew. Awesome. Now there are two different deployment options. The flipper, of course, and the thumb studs. Both work as they should. I really like the sculpted lines and the texture of this glass-filled nylon scales. That's why I was saying earlier, I don't know how necessary all this jimping really is, because the scales are, you know, quite grippy. This knife does actually have an evil side to it as well. The handle is pretty thick. That's going to take up some room in the pocket. Let me go ahead and compare it to a notoriously fat handled knife, being the Griptilian. As you can see, wow, actually, ooh, that's pretty close. We talked about the pocket clip, which kind of sucks that it is only one position. It does have one redeeming value, and it being black wash finish. Now, the action is, well, great. However, the blade is riding on plastic bushings. I don't know why they went with plastic bushings, because I have handled cheaper costing Kershaws than this, and those had bronze bushings. So I don't know why they didn't just throw those in there, but they didn't. And the last evil side would be the jimping. I mean, there's just too much jimping. Not necessary. I mean, I could, okay, if the handle scales were smooth, maybe I could see some of this, but come on. Not necessary. So I'll bet you guys are wondering whether or not I recommend this knife, and I do. At $20, I gotta say, absolutely. I mean, you're getting just a beefy speed assist opening knife with some really attractive design features. Those sculpted lines, that really does look nice. I mean, it's a 3.5-inch blade. You're looking at 8 inches overall, 8CR 13 MOV. Not the best steel, but you know what, not the worst. Now, before we go, I want to leave you guys with a question. What's the most obscure knife from your collection, and how did you find out about it? Now, when I say obscure, I mean, you know, like limited edition, that could count, or maybe a variant, you know, like how Spyderco will do the sprint runs, that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you could just comment below, like, your most obscure knife from your collection, and how'd you find out about it? I really do enjoy reading that stuff and responding to you guys as well. And if you would like to see some more of my assisted opening knives, then go ahead and click on subscribe. And if this video answered, well, most or all of your questions about the Kershaw Huddle, then go ahead and leave a like. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by today. I really enjoy talking knives with you. I could do it all friggin' day long. So thanks again, you guys, and I will see you at the next video. Take care.